I've seen Bob years and years ago screaming his message to the aftermarket at a time when, unfortunately, they weren't listening. And I actually, I've got a lot of suppliers in the room, and if you haven't seen it, I mean, I go to a Bob Greenwood course from a year ago to today, and there's so much that changes in just that amount of time. And I would almost, I don't know what the word to use, challenge any of the suppliers that haven't been exposed to that we have one coming up in September that's a 2-day Bob Greenwood, 2-day Ruby Martins, all together in a 4-day course. For territory managers, for suppliers, the amount of information that you gain about our customers, and that's basically what we need to survive. It's amazing, and it really gets you thinking at the level we need to be thinking at, not selling parts down and expecting miracles. There's a whole business level here that Bob grasps and that he coaches people through. So definitely a passionate guy, very professional. So excuse my last 5 slides, and I'm going to turn the rest of the evening actually over to Bob and let him take it from here.
Thanks very much. It's a treat to be here tonight, and it's a treat to see everybody show up and participate in this, which is a little bit different for sure than what APD has done in the past. And the industry is a phenomenal industry. And the thing I like about it the most, of course, is the people in the industry. And when you meet the individuals and you're allowed to have the time with them, and they actually converse with you versus talk at you, you realize the depth of the personalities in this industry are just phenomenal. Every one of you in this room has a passion for what you do. And when the hiccups are there, you get frustrated, but that's normal. And the change in this industry keeps you alive. Just think about the people who have a 9-to-5 job, doing the same thing out of a cubicle, day in and day out, working in a high-tech office, a number in the company, no appreciation, no camaraderie, no team. Just think of that. Well, the aftermarket is so different. It's phenomenal. And I've been in it for 34 years now, going on 35, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's the people that keeps me in it. That's the only thing it does. And I know the people who have been in this industry the longest just enjoy the relationships that they have. And it's when you see people retire from this industry and they get the disconnect because they don't have the interaction with the people they've had all their life, they become lost. And that is why a lot of good people just refuse to retire. They just want to keep doing something in this industry to keep the interaction of the people that they deal with and get to know. And the reason the people are good is because the people care. And when people care, you get results. Well, tonight is, in my mind, a night of excellence. And I am so proud to have some tremendous, true entrepreneurs in this room. I'm also very fortunate to have people around me that do things that make me look good. I'm not that good, but they make me look good. I have an incredible technical team back in Ottawa that make my presentations just go, cool, that is cool. They're phenomenal. And Graham and Jonathan just stand by me, by my side all the time and say, what do you want us to do? How do you want it to look? And they bought into the culture. They've been with me since 1999. And I will match them against anybody. The person who's joined on this team and has become an extension of myself because I can only do so much. And I don't have all the expertise. No business owner has everything and can do everything. You have to hire the best people around you. And I'm so fortunate to have Ruby Martins on my team, our team. And he's an extension of what I wanted to be. Rui has been through my 3-day classes about 4 or 5 times. He can probably correct the exact number. But he took that information and that experience that he had back into a Canadian Tire store back in the Halifax region. And he implemented it. And he kept coming back. Then he'd go back and implement some more. Then he'd come back and go back and implement some more. The results were simple. He took a Canadian Tire automotive division in one store in the Atlantic region, who was doing roughly about $600,000 a year in labor, to over $1 million in labor in 3 years. He took them from 0.7 hours per invoice up to 2.2 hours per invoice. He had the highest labor and most successful automotive division in Canadian Tire in Canada for 8 years. And corporate was trying to figure out, how does he do it? He wouldn't tell them. They wouldn't believe him. But he is a people person. He created a team that was extremely dynamic. He understood the processes and how to put them in. Rui and I got to know each other exceptionally well, and I've known Rui, I guess, geez, 6 years, 7 years now. And he left Canadian Tire and started his own consulting practice. We were working on the concept every time I was down east, and we just got talking over a blue martini. Blue martinis are very good for creativity. I just want to let you know that. And he said, you know what, we're on the same wavelength. We know what has to be done. Let's do it. And I'm so honored to have him as part of this. And the clients that have worked with him now realize the depth of expertise that he brings to the table. As we talked to manufacturers in the night and suppliers in that night, introducing them to this B.E.S.T concept, they said, shops aren't going to go there. They don't have that finesse and that expertise. I said, that's exactly the purpose of the B.E.S.T. Business evaluation, support, and training and development of the business. Well, we've been through it. And part of our arrangement with the B.E.S.T is that we evaluate who is the best of the best. And this is not something that is very easily done. In fact, it truly shows the entrepreneurship and what a company can do when they get focused on their objective and picture and vision of how they want to achieve it. And if it was easy, everybody would do it. But it's not easy. But how do you pick the best of the best? Well, we had to go through a process. And this process, from my perspective, is an analytical, mathematical, business finance process. Because the best of the best is the best managed company of the group. They achieved it for the year. So I want to just quickly outline how we go about this. What do we actually analyze? There are 13 criteria from a business perspective that I analyze in great depth. This analysis took place from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, a full 12-month period, where the objectives were set at the beginning of the year. And what did they accomplish out of those objectives by the end of the year? Number 1, labor billed to wage ratio for the year, which tells us the total labor billed in their shop compared to the total wages of their entire company that was paid out for the year. Did they meet the objective? Number 2, total bay gross profit percentage achieved for the shop compared to the objective that they wanted to achieve. Number 3, accounts receivable management as a percentage of the average monthly sales in their company, which they have to keep the accounts receivable in line with their sales growth during the year. That demands management expertise. Number 4, total site efficiency percentage achieved compared to their actual potential of their company. That measures the total production actually achieved by all members of the staff because they created a team who understood it, compared to the total site's potential of what it could achieve with that team. Number 5, cash management while maintaining creditor satisfaction to achieve a bank balance objective that we set at the beginning of the year, where we wanted to see the current account on that balance sheet sit. That was all established at the beginning of the year. Number 6, average billed hours per invoice improvement, ensuring that full vehicle inspections are being completed by the team, recommendations from the technicians are recorded and reported properly to the front counter,